good. Doing well. It's a sunny day, but it's been like so crazy here because Seattle is like, you just never know. It's like stormy and then all of a sudden it's like super nice. So yeah,
So
it's
where are you
wild.
exactly?
I'm in Seattle right now.
Wow. How long have you been there for?
Oh man, I've been here for like on and off for years. Like we've moved back and forth. I've moved back and forth between here and Finland and Florida and different places. So now, just as of recent, I've been here like, I guess probably like five, no, maybe 4 years.
Oh,
Oh my
really?
God.
Oh, so you have been there quite
Yeah.
a while. Like you're really settled there. Is that where you would call home now?
I would say so, yeah. It's between here and Finland, really. But I guess I've basically grown up more here.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah.
Finland is amazing. I went for the first time this summer and I worked at Weekend Festival.
No way, that's such a fun one.
Yeah, it was so good. I had such a fun time. I'd never been to Finland before, and the festival was amazing, and the
Yeah.
people were so nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really cool.
I
I had
love
such a good time. Do you get to go back often or?
I was actually just there twice this summer, which was amazing. I like went there and then came back and I was like, you know what, I want to go back. So,
Yeah. What's
yeah.
the scene like over there? I mean, I only just saw it because I just went to that one festival, but what is it like? Is it growing? Is it thriving? Is it still like kind of getting there? What is it like right now?
Yeah. Weekend Festival is a good one. I think you picked a really good one to go to.
Good.
But I would say the scene there is like growing currently. I guess like the underground scene is pretty big there. There's a couple big festivals there. It's like Flow Festival, Weekend Festival, and then Connect Festival is a big one. I know like Adam Bayer played that one a couple years back. Karlova, I think, played it this past year. So yeah, it's pretty good.
What was it like growing up there? Do you feel like did you get a lot of your like musical influences from living in Finland, or was that more from traveling elsewhere?
I think my musical influences were mostly like it's crazy because like when I was living there, I like was just going to the underground parties, like partying so much and like techno parties and stuff. So I think like because that's kind of where everything started for me, I think like a lot of the influence came from there, especially like in the beginning. But I mean, kind of all over. I spent a lot of time in LA too, so I think like
Yeah.
there as well.
So there quite a
Yeah.
big underground scene in Finland then? Because I remember at the festival weekend there was like a smaller stage, but the main stage was like Nicky Romero and Tiesto. It was kind of more like EDM vibe. So is there quite a big underground
Yeah.
scene there also?
In Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is for sure. There's like this cool spot. It's called Äänivalli. I would consider it more underground. I mean, they could say something different, but
Nice.
I
I'll have
think
to
it's
check
like
that out.
cool. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Wait, so when did you go to Finland? That's really sweet.
So I went there. It was actually my birthday, and they wanted somebody to go and do all of the interviews. So
Yeah,
it was like the 1st to the 4th of August or something like that. And it
yeah.
was so nice because I hate working on my birthday, basically. But
You're
I
like,
was
"No."
like, I want to go. It's a job. Like I can't really like turn it down. So
Right.
my brother lives in Denmark. He lives in Copenhagen. So he flew over as well. So we had like a few days together in Finland.
Oh,
Went to the
nice.
festival. We went to like all the port area and had like a really beautiful lunch, like by the what was the name of it? Like that, there was like a big inside market, like a big market area, and
Oh,
it was I can't remember the name of it now. It was right on the water as well.
oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like all those like little tents
Yes,
and stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
And the food was so good. And I remember we just sat out there and it was my birthday and we were like drinking wine and eating fish. And it was so gorgeous. I loved it. It was really lovely.
Oh my
And the festival was
God,
great. The weather was really
yeah.
random. I remember that. It was like really hot and then it was really cold. And then it was just, yeah, that was a bit all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah, it can be like that for sure. I guess both of the places I'm from has really random weather.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did you end up over
Unpredictable.
there then? Like what was that moving part for you to get you over to the States?
Yeah, I mean, I was in Finland at the time doing my master's degree, because at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life.
Sorry,
So I
what
was
was your
like,
master's
um,
degree in?
it was in health, like technology.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I went over there and like during that, the pandemic hit and I was just like, I, what are we doing? Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So I was kind of like, I don't even think I want to be doing this with my life. So once that kind of happened, I realized like I want to leave Finland and come back to the States and like do my degree remotely, but kind of like with my left hand type of thing where it's like I'm doing it, but like just to get it done.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And then I was just like, I need to start like doing something I love. So I got into,
Into
music and
music.
everything. So.
But had you been DJing before that, or was it something you learnt through that time? Where did it
It
all
was
start for you?
Yeah, it was pretty much then,
Oh
like in
wow.
Finland.
So not that long
Yeah,
ago,
like
really.
not that long ago, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been fun. Like, I mean, I was going to festivals like when I graduated high school, and that was when I started getting obsessed, But then I like didn't know until later on that I like, I toyed with the idea like when I moved from here to Finland. But my parents were like, no, just go to Finland, like do your education, you know what I mean? And I was like, but DJing. And they're like, just go, just go.
You're
I'm
like,
like,
okay.
okay. And then like during the pandemic, I was like, you know what? Like I'm calling it. Like I'm gonna just do something I'm like really passionate about because I was never really like passionate about academics
Yeah.
or corporate
It's
or
so
any of
important to
that.
just do something you absolutely really love doing, though. Like, if your heart's not fully in it, then you have to find that thing, don't you? Face it.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
Have you taken your parents to any of your gigs yet?
I have. They actually came. Yeah, they came to my first festival set,
Did
day
they?
trip. Yeah, they had the best time.
So they
They loved
like
it.
it. They like the idea now that you're DJing and producing music.
Yeah, they're about it now. Now they're like, okay, we can get down with this. Like, give us backstage. Like, we want the free drinks. We want to like have a good time.
I love that. That's so cute. There's so many people I ask that question, and they're like, at the beginning, my parents were not so into the idea of me DJing, producing, and now like they just absolutely love it. And it happens to so many
Yeah.
parents. Especially if they're getting all
Yeah,
the backstage treatment and stuff.
I know. I'm happy they turned around.
So where did you learn? Were you all self-taught? Did you have somebody that was teaching you? How did that happen?
I'm mostly like self-taught, but I did like have a friend that taught me in LA. So I basically lived in LA for a little bit. And I was learning there with a friend and like to be honest, I was like kind of crazy about it. Like I would spend like 12 hours, 24 hours at a time like DJing or like producing and like people were
Really?
like, "Can you like stop? Like we want to like turn off the music."
You're like, nope, this is what I do
No.
now. We're not going anywhere until this is done.
Right. Exactly. I was like, I have to learn this now. Like, there's no other option. Like, it has to happen now. Until I'm like decent, then I can like chill a bit. But it was pissing me off so much because I just didn't want to suck.
Do you feel like when you're one of them people that once you have something in your head, like that is it, you need to get to that goal?
Yes, I'm very tunnel visioned. It's probably the ADHD. I'm very like, just, this is all I can see right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, I guess for what you're doing is not a bad thing, because that means you're just eye on the prize all the time, you know, and 100%
I
focus.
try. I try.
Where was your first ever gig, like paid gig? Where was that?
Oh, first ever gig was actually at this place called the Underground in Seattle, but it shut down like right after I played
Oh
it. It was like I
no.
was the last person that played it, and then the venue shut down. So I always joke about, I'm like, I shut that shit down.
At least you can say you were the last ever one. Not everyone can say that, you know.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So, were you when you started gigging, were you still working on the side as well?
Yeah, I was, and I still
Oh,
am.
you still are as well. What do you do?
Oh my gosh, I work in tech.
Oh, so you do still work in tech.
I do. I am so ready to not though. So I would love to not
I
do
love
that.
this though. I think it's so fascinating talking to people that like do both things, because it must be so intense. It's not just like, you're like go to work and that's it. You have like your full weekends. There's like everything you have to do with your team around you. You're like producing music. So how do you balance your time?
I am pretty much just like a grandma right now. I all I do is like work or think about like work. I don't really do too much at the moment. Like I mean I do things. I go out and stuff, but I'm very like disciplined about it, I guess if that makes sense. Where I'm like I'm on a schedule. I'm going there to like do the thing, whether or not I'm going out to like network or meet someone or like do a certain thing. Like it's probably the tunnel vision again, but it's like I'm going on a mission basically, and then I come back and I'm like makeup off to bed immediately. It's like I'm pretty like
Really?
systematic about it. I don't know.
That's good though. You found your routine and that's the way you work.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm
gig-
definitely a routine girl.
are you gigging every weekend at the moment?
I am like every other weekend to once a month-ish. It's not like constant. I think it kind of fluctuates a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's really fascinating, and I have so much respect for people that are still doing both things, because I mean everybody has to do it, I guess, at the beginning, but like it must be difficult. It's not easy. That's like two full-on jobs, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that because I'm like, holy shit. But I'm grateful to have both. I think it kind of balances everything out, but I do look forward to the day like when I can just be like, I'm done with that part of my life. Like, let's do this. Like, I want to go and play shows like constantly. I think I thrive on like just constantly working, which
Yeah.
kind of sounds like I don't know, workaholic-y, but like I just feel like if I'm doing music, I want to be like playing a show like every,
Yeah.
not every single night, but like in studio sessions and then show. It's like I want to be going constantly. So I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think is the biggest challenge between the point where you're at now to the point of being able to give up your other job and being full time in music?
That's a really good question. I feel like one of the biggest things is like building the community and like building a following and being kind of like recognized in the circuit of DJs and like in a way I feel like I'm in, but in a way I feel like I'm not quite in. So it's like kind of like making the leap of like being in and like bookers constantly recognizing you as someone who, they're gonna add to their lineup. So I think like it just takes a little bit to get to the point where you're like
Yeah. Do you
there, I
think
think.
that part is like you work towards that through networking? Do you think it's social media? What do you think is like that stepping stone to get to that part?
I feel like it might be a little bit of a lot of things, like probably like networking, meeting the right people, but then also definitely growing a following is probably a big part of it, I'm assuming. That's what I have seen and feel like. So
You're also producing quite a bit at the moment. How often are you having studio sessions?
my studio sessions are with me downstairs in my parents' basement.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's amazing.
I'm still here. No. But
So,
yeah, I mean, I'm like every single night, like a new idea comes up. So it's like just so many new projects right now that I'm like just trying to get done, and I'm super excited about the new direction.
yeah.
Bit of a new direction right now. So
You also have your label,
yes, I do.
which you launched, was it not that long ago?
Oh yeah. When was that?
I can't,
That was
I should have had the
my
date here, but
first
I don't.
release.
Um,
Was
do you pronounce it Scaddy or
I
Scadi?
pronounce it more like Scotty,
Scadi.
but
Okay.
not like Scotty, like the guy.
Scadi. What does Scadi mean? Is it a Finnish word?
It means, I just want to make that
Scadi.
really clear. Um,
Scadi. What
it
does it?
means like basically like in Norse mythology, it's like a winter goddess of winter, I guess, and hunting. So
Nice.
like it was fitting. Yeah.
What's your vision with the label? Because I read somewhere that it was very much a label that you created for tracks that don't fit into other places,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. And also just like releasing my own music. And I mean, I do want to grow it and have other artists on there that have kind of music that's a little bit like weird and different. Like, I don't really want to go with the classic sound of techno or the classic sound of any genre, really. Like, I love electro and indie dance so much too. It's like I kind of want it to be like this.
Mix.
Not like a free for all place. That's not what I was gonna say. So like kind of like weird, like different, unique music.
No, but it's nice. Like there has to be like places for unique tracks that probably don't fit in anywhere else, you know? So if you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
that vision, that's cool.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited. We'll see how it goes.
Are
Two
you doing
releases.
everything yourself?
So I'm actually working with Label Works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. We actually have a call with them later today. So
Nice.
yeah.
I've worked with Label Works before as well, doing
Okay.
stuff. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really cool.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
They are really cool. I like them a lot.
What do you think has been the most challenging part of your career so far?
Most challenging. Oh, that's a good question. Probably just like, I mean, there's just so many like highs and lows randomly, you know, because like I feel like I just go through these phases of growth that are kind of like almost leaving a certain part of yourself and like preparing to become that new version. And I feel like you kind of shed layers as you go through this process. So it's like I've been in a little bit of that phase recently, just like trying to find my sound in a sense because I'm still trying to figure that out. So I think it's like now I'm noticing myself going in like a not a completely new direction, but a slightly different direction. And I think like just getting there is, you know, growth is always a little bit painful, but then you come out on the other side and it's like, okay, yes, we're doing it. So
Yeah.
I think probably that.
Do you feel like the direction that you're going in is a different direction to what you initially thought that you wanted, and now that you're in it, you've kind of seen a different vision?
Absolutely. Yeah. It was very different from like in the beginning. And now it's like I did not expect to go where I'm going right now. Like,
But that's the
yeah. I'm really
exciting part. Like not knowing, you know, sometimes life is just full of surprises and you think you're going one way and then all of a sudden something just, you know, hits you and you're going in a different direction. And
Mhm.
I think like I'm a massive believer in that everything happens how it's supposed to happen and how it's supposed to pan out. So if you're not going down where you thought you were initially going down and now you're doing something different, I think that's the like really exciting part.
I agree. I think it's like it can be scary, change and like the unknown, but at the same time it can be also really fun if you see it that way. So I agree. It's like that is exciting because you just don't know where things are gonna go. But that like makes it kind of fun. Like we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Yeah.
gotta go with the flow. I always say this. Just go with the
I
flow
love
and
that.
just see what
I
happens,
love
you know.
Yeah, me too. I'm a go with the flow person too.
What have you got coming up over the next couple of months to end the year that you're really looking forward to?
Um, I think I might be playing a New Year's thing here, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be talking about that.
We can cut that part out.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Don't worry.
Okay.
uh, I know that you also are really big into fashion and always look amazing. I have to say, I love all your outfit choices. How do you think that your interest in fashion works with your musical identity and performances?
I think it's like a character I step into. Like when I put on an outfit that I feel really good in, I'm just like, let's go. A new like character unlocked. I'm just like, let's do this.
It's so true. There's nothing better than
Yeah.
feeling so like well dressed, is there?
I'm kind of, yeah, I really love it. It's like that's a whole entire other job though, like in itself. Is like being your
It's
own stylist too.
it's so much like
Like
looking for
picking.
outfits just could take up a
Right.
very long time.
Exactly. Yeah. I have so many tabs open and it's like multiple different, like here, this one's for fashion, this is the music stuff, this is the other stuff. It's like, oh.
Have you worked in fashion as well, or is it just been more of like something you've always loved?
I have not, but I would like to.
Ooh,
So,
interesting.
yeah, I would like to do something in that realm at some point eventually, but
Maybe you
no, I
can
haven't.
have like a fashion brand.
I would love that. Yeah.
Right, to end, we always do like a round of quick fire questions. They're all very random questions. Are you up for it?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
All right. Question number one. Somebody writes a book about your life. What is the book called?
Oh my gosh. Uh, a series of chaotic events.
That sounds like my book, to be fair.
I like that. I want to hear more about
Mine
that.
would be called an organized chaos. I think that's what I would call mine.
Ooh, I like that. That's like perfect like balance.
Yeah, it's chaos, but I've got it under control. Don't you worry.
Ooh, that's really good. That's really good.
Have you had any nicknames in your life?
Yeah. My parents called me Lissa. Lissa. Lissa.
Lisa, that's
Yeah.
cute. I like that. You can play
Yeah.
back to back with absolutely anybody in the world, dead or alive. Who would it be?
Dead or alive? Um, That's a good question. Guess Awfulstein, probably.
Okay. Your
Yeah.
favorite party, your favorite city to party in, sorry.
Ibiza, for sure.
Do you like Ibiza?
Yeah. What about you?
I've just moved back to London from living there for 10 years. So,
Wait,
yes.
really?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I lived there for
Oh
10
my God.
full years and I've just moved back to London. So, yeah, I love it. But you kind of, when you live there, it's a bit of a bubble, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I was excited to get out, to be fair.
Okay. That makes
But
sense.
it's good.
Yeah. But you enjoyed it for 10 years. That's
I
clear.
definitely enjoyed it. I had a great time. Ibiza was great. But, yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, I need to start thinking about what I'm doing with my life now. I can't be in Ibiza forever. So yes, now
I
I'm
feel
back in
that.
London.
Yeah.
Best hangover cure.
Um, I haven't really been drinking recently, but when I was, probably like an IV.
An Ivy.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing in LA, isn't it?
It is. It is.
What is your favorite
It helps. I'm
studio?
not even
Huh? What did you say?
It helps. It helps a lot. It
I've
really
never
does.
done that before, you know.
Really?
No, everyone
They
says it's
have.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should try it out next time I have a hangover. I'm trying not to drink too much recently either, but I'm
I
sure
feel
there'll
you.
be a day.
Yeah. We're on the same thing.
What is your favorite studio snack?
Oh, favorite studio snack? Probably like a protein bar.
A protein bar. Okay, that's
Would be
cool.
so life.
What is the emoji that best represents you?
Oh, wait, I'm gonna look right now what I've used. Probably the red heart with the flames.
I would
I'm
have said
always
that as well.
really.
I don't know if it best represents me, but I like that one. I think it's a
It's a good one.
it's a good
Yeah,
one.
it's like fiery. We're
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last gift that you gave?
The last gift that I gave was my sister's birthday. I gave her a like chunky gold and silver heart necklace because she really wants to like start mixing metals. So I got her
Cute.
like a big chunky necklace with both.
Nice. Love that. What was the last
Yeah.
gift that you received?
The last gift I received, oh my gosh. Probably flowers.
Oh, that's always a nice gift to receive.
Yeah. Yeah.
We play this game. It's called Pass the Question, where every guest
Okay.
passes a question to the next guest. So the last guest was Christina Lazic, and her question is, what is the most rebellious thing that you have ever done?
Oh my gosh, that's such a good one for me.
We've asked the right person.
Yes. Wow, where do I start? I mean,
We need another podcast for this.
no, we really do. Oh my gosh. I mean, probably just like, why is it so hard to think of one though now?
Now she's trying to choose which one to say.
I know. I mean, I was a little rebel when I was in high school and in middle school. I definitely like snuck out when I was younger, like past curfew, and like just ignored my parents' calls and like completely went MIA for a weekend and like would just be like out partying.
Did they ever find out?
Oh yeah, they found out every single time. I like wasn't good at lying.
I love that. That's so cute. What is your question for the next guest? It can be anything.
Okay. What is the craziest DM you've ever gotten?
Oh, I love that question. Craziest DM you have ever gotten. I love that. I will let you know what they say.
Yeah. I want to know because I feel like people say some really crazy stuff.
They do. They really do.
Yeah.
People are wild out there.
I know. I know.
And finally, just to wrap up, because this podcast is called Can You Put Me on Guest List, I ask everybody the same question. What is your guest list rule?
My guest list rule is just show up for my set. Actually, just be at my set. I had someone do that recently, and I told them to show up, and they didn't.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. And then just, be chill, and yeah.
Don't get like shit faced whilst you're playing when you're on your guest list.
Yeah, they're like running around. Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
we've
that'd be
seen it
fine too.
all. We've seen it
Yeah,
all.
we have.
Melissa, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast. It's been so lovely to meet you and to chat, and I am sure that we will cross paths somewhere very soon.
I would love that. That would be amazing. It would be lovely to meet you in person, actually.
It really would. It would. And we'll have to make it happen at some point. I don't know if I'm really going to Seattle or Finland anytime soon, but I'm sure you're going to be in lots of different places. So hopefully we'll cross paths
Yes.
somewhere.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I was
Thank
really
you,
excited.
love. That was so
Yeah.
much fun. Have a wonderful day because you're like 10 hours behind me.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Yeah. I know.
Wednesday. I've been there. I've done that Wednesday. I'm off to Thursday now.
Oh
Thank
my
you
gosh.
so
Have a good
much.
night. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.